For quite a few years now, FLOLAB has been one of my go-to tempered glass screen protectors that I like to use on pretty much all of my phones, and I'll tell you why. For one, the Onetime Pro has an anti-reflective coating, and I think that's most important, at least it is for me, because the Galaxy S26 actually has an anti-reflective coating already on the screen, and if you don't use a screen protector that has an anti-reflective coating as well, you lose that feature. It also has the polar spectra, which eliminates the rainbow effect when you're looking at your screen when you're wearing polarized sunglasses. It also has an infinity edge, which covers edge to edge on your phone's screen, and it's also rounded off to follow the curvature of your phone naturally. It's got an oleophobic coating to help keep down fingerprints, and it also has a very easy installation. We're also going to be checking out their rear tempered glass camera protectors as well, and I'm also going to be testing out the durability with a drop and a scratch test, and you're not going to want to miss that. And if you guys do end up wanting to pick this up yourself, I will be putting product links in the video description. So let's get into it. So we get one tempered glass screen protector with an installation guide, a squeegee, and an installation packet. So first, clean off your screen with the alcohol wipe, then dry it off. Then take your giant dust sticker. We're going to put this over our phone. I just took off one edge and kind of let the other piece or the other side just roll out over your phone. Then take your screen protector with the installation guide, making sure where it says top is going towards the camera on your phone. Going to peel off our dust sticker, place this over the top of your phone and just press it into place like that. Then hold down on the guide with one hand and pull out the tab with the other. We're going to wait 30 seconds for the screen protector to adhere to your phone. Don't press your finger down in the middle unless the screen protector kind of needs help adhering to your phone's screen. You can see it kind of starting to adhere to the screen here. If it stops at any time, you can help it along by very slowly kind of sliding your finger up the middle and just kind of helping it along to slide or to adhere to your phone's screen. Just kind of slowly slide your finger up along with the screen protector. Then once that's done, we're going to lift up on the protector and remove the top layer. And if we take a closer look at the screen, I think that was a pretty good, perfect installation. I don't see any bubbles, no lifting. This is also a full coverage screen protector, so it does cover your front camera. There is also a slight gap all the way around the phone for case compatibility. We do have a light, like a slight little piece in the corner here, so I'm just going to use my squeegee to kind of help that out a little bit. That's really the only thing I saw with this screen protector. And you can kind of run it down the edges to make sure that it's down all the way. Now, as far as the edges, they are nice and rounded off. Touch, super smooth, just like the glass that's on the phone. As far as picking up fingerprints, it does pick up some smudges on the screen here, but because of the oleophobic coating, you should very easily be able to wipe those away with minimal effort, and you can. So I already have my fingerprints registered inside the device, so let's see if they still work. Yep, working perfectly fine, and it's nice and fast too. Very nice. All right, let's test out our facial recognition. Yeah, facial recognition working pretty quick. Yeah, no problems there. You can see the screen is crystal clear. Touch working perfectly fine, no issues. Let's take a look at our camera. Front camera looks nice and clear, no problems there. Now while we're here, let's look at the alignment of the screen. And as you can see all the corners of the camera. So the screen protector shouldn't be covering any part of your screen. And let's take a look at our edge bleed or fit. So if you take a look at the corner here, and there's maybe just a ever so slight bit of edge bleed, like the lightest the lightest bit. It's really even hard for me to tell if it's even there. I mean, it looks pretty perfectly aligned to me. Now let's take a look at the screen as if we're looking at it through polarized sunglasses, and you can see that there is no rainbow effect. So if you're using polarized sunglasses, you don't have to worry about that annoying rainbow. Let's test out our S Pen. And the S Pen's working perfectly fine with the screen here. No issues, just a slight bit of resistance. No problems with the S Pen. Now let's take a look at our privacy display. See how that looks with the anti-reflective coating. So you can see the screen here, and then if we turn it, it just kind of disappears. So that's so cool. So privacy display is working perfectly fine with the screen protector. We'll turn that off. And then here is a side-by-side comparison of how good FLOLAB's anti-reflective coating is versus the one that actually comes on the Galaxy S26 Ultra. You can see how light the reflection is and how easily you can still see the screen. I'll turn the screen off here, and this is what it looks like dark. You can see how it actually darkens down the LEDs, so you can see the screen so much better. Now let's put our phone inside of our case to check out the case compatibility. And if we take a close look, there is a gap on the bottom and the top of the screen, and only a very slight gap on the edges. So the screen protector should be compatible with most cases. You can see there's no lifting, no bubbles. It just seems to fit perfectly. And then let's install the rear camera protectors. Here I have the silver. Very easy installation again. All you need to do is hold it the way that your lenses are lined up on the back of the camera. So it's going to be just like this. We need to make sure that we thoroughly clean off our lenses because we don't want any fingerprints or anything to be trapped underneath. Then just dry them off thoroughly. Then just peel off the bottom sticker, making sure that you don't touch any of the camera lenses underneath. And just take this whole thing and we're going to press it over the top of our lenses and just press them into place. Then lift up on the guide and all the lenses should come out very easily. Now don't throw this away because this little piece right here helps to remove these lenses if you need. You just kind of put them underneath the lens like this, and then you can just kind of pop each one of them off. So we'll take a look. I think it looks pretty nice. Doesn't add a lot of extra bulk to the lenses either. This also does come in a couple different colors. I got the silver and the black here. And they're also tempered glass, so they should be scratch resistant up to a certain point, which we will be testing out, but I think that looks pretty good. Now, the only thing you have to keep in mind is when you're putting a case on your phone, the case has to be able to accommodate the extra thickness of these lenses. So if you have a case like this with the big cutout, it should work perfectly fine. But if you've got maybe the D brand tank, it probably won't fit in here because these are like really cut out perfectly for these lenses, but we'll test it out in just a minute. So again, I think that looks pretty nice. So now your lenses are protected. And again, we'll put this in our case. So this case fits these camera lenses perfectly. Like I said, there's extra room to accommodate the extra thickness of these camera protectors. I think that looks pretty good. And that actually comes up a little bit past the raised edge on the back of the case itself. So let's test out the tank case now. So they do seem to actually fit. I had to like force fit it, but it does seem to fit it perfectly. So again, you're just gonna have to try it out with whatever case you have, but just keep in mind if it's more tight like this, there's a greater chance of it not fitting versus you having a case that has a large cutout like this. But for the D brand tank, it actually seems to fit perfectly fine. Now, when I try to take this case off, it might take the camera lenses with it because it is on there so tight. And let's see what happens with that. And it didn't. Okay, so they're still on there. Very nice. So if you happen to be using the tank case or, a limitless case like this, you don't have to worry about your camera lenses cutting off or fitting. So everything's looking good for the screen protector so far. So now let's test out the durability with a drop and a scratch test. All right, so we're going to be starting off our test by dropping a 2.4 ounce steel metal ball at a starting height of 4 feet. If the screen protector doesn't crack, we'll move it up foot by foot until it eventually does. So here we go, 4 feet. Moving on to 5 feet. 6 feet. 7 feet. 8 feet. So we've made it up to the 8-foot mark. Let's try for 9. 9 feet. Still no cracks. So this screen protector withstood a 9-foot ball drop test. That is insane. And because it has an anti-reflective coating, that makes it one of the best screen protectors that I've tested so far. And with that said, let's move on to the scratch test. So regular tempered glass starts to scratch at a Mohs hardness number 6. So we're going to start off our test with a number 5. Then we'll move on to number 6. And then finally a number 7. And if we take a closer look at the screen here, you can see that there are no scratches at the number 5. There are very light at the number 6, if I could even get those to show, and just a little bit deeper at a number 7. So scratch resistance, even though it is standard for tempered glass, it seems to be a lot lighter than regular tempered glass as well. So installation for the screen protector was pretty easy. It also does seem to be case friendly. It's got a really good anti-reflective coating. It works perfectly fine with in-display fingerprint sensor and the S Pen. It still didn't crack even after a 9-foot ball drop. And even though it still scratches at a Mohs number 6, it's very light. So I would venture to say it's a little bit better than regular tempered glass. And then let's test out the scratch resistance of the rear camera protectors. So again, we're going to start off with the number 5. Then I'll move on to a number 6. And then finally a number 7. And if we take a closer look, you can see that there are no scratches at the number 5. I can't really even see any at a number 6 if they are there. I mean, I can't see it. I can't. Well, actually, maybe, I don't know. It's, if they're there, they're so, well, there they are. They're just super light. So very, very light scratches at a number 6 and a little bit deeper at a number 7. And that's why the FLOLAB Onetime Pro is one of my go-to screen protectors for pretty much any phone that I get. Super easy installation. I love the anti-reflective coating on the screen. It's very strong and durable. And again, you get that lifetime warranty. But I'm curious to know what you guys care about when you're looking for a screen protector. Do you care about the anti-reflective coating? Are you more concerned about drop protection or scratch resistance? Let me know in the comments below. Also, if you guys want to pick this up yourself, I will be putting product links in the video description. And if you guys enjoyed the video, please let me know by hitting the like button and consider subscribing. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.